Namaskar. This is Padmini from Nivedita Niketana. Happy Engineers Day to all. As we all know, Engineers Day is celebrated in the remembrance of Bharatna Mokshagundam Sir M Visvesvaraya. On account of his birth anniversary, we have organized a special guest lecture on this auspicious occasion. It gives me a grand opportunity to introduce Srimati Kanaka Tirumale, an engineer from India, lives in Dallas, Texas, America. It is fortunate to share that she is also the senior member of Nivedita Niketana past 25 years. Srimati Kanaka Tirumale is from Bangalore with roots in Tumkur district. Studied engineering in electrical and electronics at Siddhganga Institute of Technology, Tumkur. Devotee of Sri Ramakrishna Math, guided by Swami Nirbhayanandaji and Swami Vireshanandaji, lives in Dallas, Texas with her family. She is an IT professional, works as QA manager for a finance bank. One of the editors for Prerana magazine by Hindu Swayam Sevak Sangh and teacher at Kampu Kannada Shali. I give my sincere welcome now over to Srimati Kanaka Tirumale.
Namaste. My humble pranamas to the Holy Trinity. Happy Engineers Day to all. We celebrate Shri Mokshagundam Visvesvaraya's birthday as Engineers Day on September 15th every year. Mokshagundam Visvesvaraya was born on 15th September 1861 in Muddenahalli near Chikkaballapura, close to today's Bengaluru International Airport. He was known as maker of modern Mysore and father of modern Mysore. He became the first luminary from Karnataka to be honored with a postage stamp in September 1960. He was awarded the nation's highest honor, the Bharatna, in 1955. Sir M V's life, spanning just over a century, is a user manual of all-round accomplishment and a lesson on living life productively, fruitfully, and not wasting a single second. Today, I would like to share some inspirational accounts from the life of Bharata Ratna Sir M Visvesvaraya in dedication towards nation building. Perseverance. At the age of 12, Sir M V lost his father. Sir M V completed his early education in Chikkaballapura, then came to Bangalore for higher education. He joined the Central College, but his pocket was empty and with no roof over his head. A family from Coorg was looking for a tutor for the children. Visvesvaraya, himself a student, became their tutor. He lived with them and also earned a few rupees. The poverty-stricken lad stood high in the BA examination in 1881. He got some help from the government of Mysore and joined the Science College in Pune to study engineering. In 1883, he ranked first in the LCE and FCE examination. These were like the B examination of today. As soon as the results were out, the government of Bombay offered MV a post. He was appointed as the assistant engineer at Nasik. Let us see Visvesvaraya as the Diwan of Mysore and ideal administrator and a man of integrity. Soon after Sir M V became the Diwan, one of his relatives went to him. He was a man whom M V liked and respected. He was in the government service. He wanted a higher post that would have given him another 50 rupees a month. Visvesvaraya said no, but as long as the relative was alive, he paid him 100 rupees every month from his own pocket. As a Diwan, he got a car from the government for his use. He used the government car for government work, and for his private work, he used his own car. He was such an honest man. Time management. Sir MV would be neatly dressed and ready for work by 7 in the morning. There was not a crease or a wrinkle anywhere on his clothes. He worked steadily and methodically till 1 in the afternoon. He was back to work at 3 until 8 at night he was at his desk. He was never late by a minute and he never wasted a minute. Once a minister was late by 3 minutes. MV advised him to be punctual. A man should do any work he undertakes methodically. That was his firm faith. Every man should understand his responsibility and do his best, which was the essence of his teaching. He practiced this very honestly, and there are hundreds of instances to show this. In 1947, Sir MV was the president of the All India Manufacturers Association. He had to make a speech at a function. Some of his friends were staying with him. On the day of the function, they woke up at 4:30 in the morning. What they saw astonished them. Sir MV, who was 87 years old, was already up and faultlessly dressed. He was walking up and down. He had a copy of the speech he was to make in his hand and was carefully reading it. Commitment. Sir MV was privileged enough to be sent to Aden to study the various techniques in water supply and the drainage system during the year 1906-07. His impeccable contribution to make Hyderabad city flood free worked wonderful. His ideas helped the city of Vishakhapatnam port to be saved from the sea erosion. Even at the age of 90, he undertook work on designing and advising in the building of dams across rivers. During his service as Diwan of Mysore, he founded eminent institutions such as Mysore Soap Factory, Bangalore Agricultural University, State Bank of Mysore, and Mysore Iron and Steel Works. Visvesvaraya believed in the value of education. In those days, colleges in Mysore state were under Madras University. Because of Sir MV's firmness and fight, Mysore University came into existence. It was the first university in an Indian state governed by an Indian ruler. MV also made arrangements for the government to give scholarships to intelligent students to go to foreign countries for studies. Dedication. Sir MV was known for his sincerity, time management, and dedication to his cause. The Bangalore Press and the Bank of Mysore were established during his tenure. A very important part of his nature was his love for Kannada. He established Kannada Parishad for the improvement of Kannada. Sir MV is also known to have designed and planned an entire area of Jainagara in South Bangalore. It was one of the first planned neighborhoods in Bangalore and at the time the largest in Asia. It is believed that the locality designed by Visvesvaraya has one of the best planned layouts in Asia. Hundreds such instances of his discipline and devotion to work can be listed. He once said, "The curse of our country is laziness. At first sight, everyone seems to be working, but in fact, one man works and the others watch him. As someone said with contempt, it looks as if 5 men are working, but really only one man works. One man will be doing nothing. One man will be resting. Another man will be watching them. Yet another man will be helping these three." Visvesvaraya was dedicated to work. Sir M.V. was also a man of spotless honesty. We saw how, as the Diwan, he refused to favor a relative. In 1918, he decided to give up the Diwanship. He had to give the Maharaja his letter. He went to the palace in the government car. He returned in his own car. Those were days when people had to work by candlelight. Sir M.V. used for official work the stationery and the candles supplied by the government. For his private work, he used stationery and candle which he had bought. With the support of Krishnaraja Wadiyar IV, Maharaja of Mysore, Visvesvaraya made an exemplary contribution to the all-round development of Mysore state. Many industries and public works owe their inception or active nurturing to him. Sir M.V. gave the nation lasting assets like Krishnaraja Dam and, as a consequence, rapid, massive electrification and industrial growth. He's also set up the Sharavati hydroelectric project at Jog Falls in Shivamogga and the Visvesvaraya iron and steel plant, as it is known today, at Bhadravati. Two other prominent episodes testify the holistic and all-encompassing foresight of Sir M.V. towards nation building. The first is his wholehearted support for the advancement of the Indian Institute of Science, also known as Tata Institute, founded by Jamshedji Tata, who took Swami Vivekananda as his inspiration. The second is Sir M.V.'s tireless efforts to start automobile manufacturing in Bengaluru, in which he was aided by the industrialist Walchand Hirachand Seth. The project was scuttled by the British, and Walchand Hirachand eventually founded the Hindustan Aircraft, now known as HAL. Education was a priority for Sir M.V. In 1912, he set up Hebbal Agricultural School, now University of Agricultural Sciences. He played a major role in the promotion of Mysore University in 1916. He upgraded the Maharani's College in Mysore to a degree college in 1917. In the same year, he founded the Government College of Engineering, one of the first in India, in Bengaluru. It is now the Visvesvaraya College of Engineering. In 1943, he founded the Jayachamrajendra Polytechnic Institute in Bengaluru with his earnings from Mysore Iron and Steel Works, now called VISL. Sir M.V. was also a prolific writer of inspirational essays and short books aimed at the youth. Of these, D.V. Gundappa highly recommends his autobiographical Memoirs of My Working Life as a book that must necessarily be in circulation, and says that for the youth distracted by various ideologies and temptations, this book is like an unwavering pillar of light. With this, I would like to conclude with the hope that Sir M.V.'s life lessons be the pillar of light to all of us. I thank Nivedita Niketana for this opportunity to share my thoughts. Jai Ramakrishna.